After listening to this story, stay tuned for a preview of an uncirculated episode of American Memories Continued.
As new dreams are born and hopes are lived, so too are American Memories Continued.
American Memories Continued, an original audio series, is brought to you with love and commercial-free by
The Fingerprint Community Global, moved by greater to believe bigger. Advocatus Ecclesiae Publishing, perfecting the distribution of hope.
and by the ongoing monthly support of friends, community members, and sustaining faithful partners like you. Our theme music, Proudly Western, was composed and performed by Jay Mann at www.ourmusicbox.com. We're thankful and humbled that you've chosen to tune in regularly for your favorite episodes of American Memories Continued.
Not just stories told, memories lived.
Today's episode is entitled, He Comes and He Goes. Let all of your cares go for just a little while. Listen closely. Prepare your heart to be stolen. You now have a front row seat, and this is family time.
American Memories Continued begins now.
My parents believed that success was possible through a strong work ethic, faith, preparation, and determination. We were soberly taught to follow these rules. My dad used to say, if I can get up and go to work every day, then so can everybody else in this house, unless something is wrong with them. He also used to say, if you're going to look for a job, go alone. Never take anyone with you, because the very same person that you take, whether they want the job or not, will probably end up being the one who gets hired. I did that on a couple of occasions, and that's exactly what happened. Your friends tend to take the why not approach and fill out an application while they're there with you. And then you look up, and a few weeks or so later, they've received an employment phone call instead of you. In my final semesters of high school, my senior counselor used to tell me, you're going to be a very rich man, but I don't want you to be rich and dumb. Now, before you get upset with her, let me say in her defense that she knew that I wasn't dumb. I was caught falling asleep in class at times because I worked long hours, and it was her way of telling me that my education was more important than making money. I was a night manager at a place called Motown, Coney Island. There were a couple of them, and my location of work was Greenfield and 7 Mile. I did work for a short while at the Grand River and Oakman location, which at the time was walking distance from where I lived. But for the most part, I caught 2 buses to get to work. Management positions were already filled at the Close to Home restaurant by Powell Hughes, a mellow kind of fella, and Ronald Lally, a big muscle-bound, bald guy who looked more like a peaceful bouncer. I joked a few times with Powell Hughes that he had 2 last names, but he didn't take offense to it. Out at the 7 Mile and Greenfield store, there was this guy that used to come in pretty regular that no one seemed to know much about. I say that because even the people who lived in the area and were regulars almost every day themselves, didn't know a thing about him. No one knew where he came from or where he went when he left. It was such a mystery that I think that a few people wanted to follow him out of curiosity alone, just to find out where he was going. He didn't bother anyone, and pretty much ordered the same thing every time that he came. He always paid his bill, left a good tip, and would sometimes take a carryout with him. If he drove, his car must have been parked within walking distance, because he always walked away, for a few blocks anyway, and then he'd cut down a side street. We were actually located on 7 Mile, and about 80% of the front of the building was windows. On a few occasions, 2 of my sisters showed up in the evening to keep me company until the munchie rush came. April, my sister that's next older than me, noticed this customer because he remained quiet while others seemed to let their guard down and interact. He was a short, medium-built gentleman with average looks, meaning there wasn't anything unusual to make him stand out. He never made much eye contact, and he had on a brown imitation leather 3/4 length jacket, which he always wore. I mentioned the jacket because on this particular day it was pretty cold outside. April watched him as he left, and like everyone else before her, she saw him vanish down one of the side streets. She asked me, "Who was that? Why was he so quiet? And where did he go?" I told her that he never says much, but he's a good customer. I don't really know who he is or what his name is, but that I had given him a name, and that the name that I had affectionately given him just a few months ago was He Comes and He Goes. If you're exiting the studio, please watch your step. For those who are tuned in, we now return you to your ordinary day. We truly hope that you've enjoyed spending this time with us. Our goal, with your help, is that the American Memories Continued experience grows to become America's new favorite pastime, serving you and your loved ones wherever they are. What did you want to say, young lady? Go ahead.
Make sure to become a fan and a supporting partner and listen to our full episodes.
Click the links below and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Medium.com, Instagram, and YouTube. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe.
Give American Memories Continued to yourself or to someone that you know. Thank you for listening. Thank you to our veterans for all that you've done for us. And truly, we thank you for your ongoing support.
Until next time, God bless.
God bless you.
And now, a preview from another episode of American Memories Continued. The year was 1969. The popular song at the time was 25 Miles to Go by Edwin Starr, and the name of the new girl just happened to be Camille. Oh boy. As if trying to get situated in a new school system wasn't hard enough. She also had to deal with the fact that her name was the same as the hurricane that was tearing its way through people's lives and causing unusually harsh and unwelcomed weather all over the country.